get free. Marnie. 170. All right.
Tell me if this is good. I always want to go see it.
I never heard of it.
It isn't weird.
No, I'm waiting for Maria. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and take a seat here. Let me go ahead and pull your file.
So how can we help
Do
you?
I have to?
Well, I got a little sick from the heat, the air being turned off in the gym since the start of summer. So I mentioned I wanted a cooler gym.
Okay.
And the locks are still on the gates to the tennis and the tennis and basketball court.
Okay. So your concern was
Safer court.
the courts and then also the fitness center, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to the fitness center yet?
I've been here 15 months.
Oh no, just recently though.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It
I
was
know
on
that-
yesterday.
Yeah, I know you brought it to my attention, so they did actually take a look at it, and it is working fine. There was a breakup of a stack, so it probably was going on and off,
Mm-hmm.
but it's now working properly. So the AC should be cooling well, and what our maintenance technicians did actually is what they do is they check the temperature coming out of the vent, and they register that it is coming out. I would say I think it was in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when it's coming out from the vent on the 50s, it means that it's filling the room around the 70s. So it's definitely going to be cooler.
Okay. But the 15, 16 months of padlocks and no city contracts doesn't make sense. I would have to pay for that and then not be able to use it. It's very frustrating.
The basketball courts as well as the tennis courts, what we have done is we have completely removed them from our advertising, so that if residents choose to either renew or move into our property, they do know that the courts are not open, and that the courts are not promised that they will be open any part of the year.
When will they be open?
You know, we probably won't have them open for a very long time, and it might even be converted to something different. So that's why we have completely removed it. So anyone that chooses to renew, they are renewing with the existing amenities that we have. And I know that you just recently renewed.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have considered not renewing if you had known that?
I might have made a different decision. I just didn't. The rent has gone up. The courts are still there. It's like a tease, you know. I want to go use them. I want alternative methods of exercise.
So we have closed the courts for sure, and again, we don't advertise them. We don't let residents know, hey, we're going to have them at one point because we know we're not. The courts were not, and even if there were going to be opened at one point, we'd rather not disclose that because we don't know what we can run into, even if we did choose to start the work on it or how long it would take. So at this time, we're saying that they are going to remain closed. Did you want me to look into a possibility of letting you out of your lease?
Not right at the moment. I have a couple of vacations coming up.
Got it.
But I would like to think about that. Have that option.
Okay, so let me go ahead and write that down. Yeah, because everyone that's renewing their lease, they are renewing knowing that the basketball courts are closed, that all of that is closed. And as far as the fitness center, whenever any situation like that comes, just go ahead and give us a call and we'll be glad to take care of it for you.
That was awful. It was like an
We can
oven
take
in
care
there.
of it though, for sure. So you just have to give us a call. And another thing that you can do is have you submitted a maintenance request online by any chance before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can do it that way actually, and it's so much easier. If you do it online, it just comes directly to our maintenance. So our maintenance prints it in the morning and it gets taken care of much quicker.
And the weights that were taken out of the gym, I mean, why is it because you said someone stole them, but it's on camera? I mean, you could bring the police out here and then you go in their apartment and take them.
And
doesn't
it
make
could
sense
be
why
someone
everyone-
that doesn't even live here, so we are looking into having the fitness center looked at again. We actually have a quarterly maintenance that comes and takes care of everything. But we'll go ahead and look into putting either the weights back or removing the rack and maybe doing a different type of equipment. That can
I like
definitely.
those. I bought a couple of my own, but I'm afraid to leave them in there because
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Even though we have cameras, keep in mind that the cameras are only at like at certain angles. And for example, if it's someone that definitely lives here that we know, we can recognize them and say, oh, I know this person is from this apartment. However, if it's someone that, is just up, good from the street, and that could happen anytime.
But that's what the gates are for, and people just are giving out the code or something. Can
Not
we just change the code?
necessarily. Not necessarily, because the gates are only a deterrent. For example, even the police department can guarantee absolute safety. So the gates are a deterrent. Unfortunately, not everybody, obeys the rules. So there could be someone maybe jumping over the wall. And because the perimeter of the property is so large, there's absolutely no way that we would be able to, continuously check everything. So we definitely rely a lot on our residents to, report any suspicious activity. Have you noticed anything, any suspicious activity?
No, I just find it weird that every weight is gone. It's like I feel like I'm being punished.
No,
It's kind
not
of
at
weird that
all.
somebody would take those heavy weights, stick them over the fence. It would seem like very hard, like an inside job or something.
I mean, it could definitely even be someone that, was visiting someone. There could be so many possibilities. But I'll definitely look into either adding other weights or maybe different equipment.
Maybe like I don't know, something you can sit down on and pull towards you, or because
Okay.
sometimes the bands from the and I don't know who's doing. Sometimes the bands come up missing. There's people that hoard the remote control and take it away by accident. I don't know if it's on accident, but sometimes months without the remote. I know that I just noticed about a week ago a 15-inch straight crack in my ceiling. There's no water coming through, but my neighbor has very rough intercourse, and I can hear him taking the bed, and when he's about to do things, it's very fast. And about a week or so ago, I noticed that a 15-inch crack in my ceiling, and I can hear him yawning, and
In those situations, what we can do is, if you can let me know specifically what apartment number, and
I'm
we
in
can send
number.
them a news complaint.
Well, it's not even, it's stopped. I mean, he hasn't had her back in a week, but he's had her over a couple of times, and it's very uncomfortable.
So we can definitely send a noise violation. And when did this happen?
I was not thinking.
So,
He's in number 270.
so it's
Building
directly
18.
above you.
Yeah, he's
Because
my
I did
neighbor.
read that it was the neighbor, but it could be, like the neighbor above that next to you. Okay, so 270. So we'll definitely bring
I
it
don't
to
even
their
know his
attention.
name. I don't know his name. I don't want to go up there.
Yeah, and for any of those scenarios, you can just send us either like say a quick note, or we'll send them a letter making him aware that it's
Does he want my
okay.
vacation schedule so you can just, I don't want to bring someone home and just hammer them? I mean,
We would never discuss anything like that with one of our residents for sure. What we can discuss is that the noise levels have to be kept to a minimum, and that the noise that he's making is, disturbing your peace. But we can't specifically discuss his personal situations at all.
mhm.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be appropriate for me to do.
But what about this? I mean, the crack that's in my ceiling above my television in my
What is that?
bedroom.
I can definitely do a work order for that.
But
so
it's
let's
not
go
like
ahead and do that.
leaking water or anything, but it is a crack that's slowly growing. And my neighbor had a little patch of grass on his porch when I first moved in, and I started getting little baby roaches that could show up in my kitchen drawers, and I don't fry food or anything. And there were certain spots with my floor. I mean, I'm able to enjoy my living room television, but there were certain spots on my floor. It's like he knew that I was in the living room. He knew where I was, and it's like he knew when I'd come back from a vacation, and all of a sudden the ruckus would pick up, and I really started getting like really creeped out by it.
Sometimes we may feel that that's the situation, but keep in mind that, for example, if someone, like if this is the second floor and someone is in a room there is a chance that you'll hear it here. So, because of the vibrations, you might not necessarily hear the noise exactly where it is coming from. So it might seem like, hey, the noise is right above me, when it really isn't. It might be a little bit further.
Things
that
are
could happen.
things are getting better when I bring them up. I mean, his son is not jumping up and down. Like one time he knocked out my dish, had to restart. But his son's not like throwing temper tantrums anymore and crying for an hour at a time and stuff. But it's kind of weird that this guy doesn't know that I'm below him. It's like,
They do. Sometimes people are not aware of how much noise they're making. Around what time is the noise
well,
happening?
when he was banging the girl over, I mean, they had intercourse. I mean, from late at night till about
You're showing about? Okay, sure.
probably about 6 or 7 in the morning. So it was probably like about 8 hours, or 7 or 8 hours. It was off and on. That I could tell that he was just hammering her because the bed would shake and shake and
You can just tell me about the news. Yeah, we
But,
don't need
yeah.
to go into the details for sure.
I don't
So
want to.
yeah, I'll go ahead and bring it to their attention. And again, we can't bring.
I
to their
took my
attention
broom, my plastic handle, and tapped the ceiling and yelled at them.
You don't want to do that. Basically, what happens is if they're making noise, we send them a letter, and then they tell me, well, she was hitting our floor with the broom. Then you're in non-compliance as well. So I would have to send you a notice. So whenever there's noise, you can either call us or call courtesy patrol, depending time.
You guys switch courtesy patrol numbers so many times. It's like your third company. First time it was someone else and I never saw him. Second time it was Blue Steel.
Blue Steel has been on for a long time. I've actually used them on other properties before, and they have been very efficient for me for sure. So
I don't think I'm in non-compliance if I tap the ceiling and tell him to shut up.
you legally would be in non-compliance, so you definitely want to bring it to our attention and let us handle it. And if it gets completely out of hand where you're thinking, I can't deal with this anymore, and you can't get a hold of either us or Blue Steel, then you can call the police department. Yeah.
They're gonna come out within 2 or 3 hours. It's not a high priority. I'm not being beaten. I mean, I can tell the guy to be quiet, and the cop is just gonna say, okay, I have better things to do.
So if that's the case, then we definitely want to call Blue Steel for sure. But yeah, I'll definitely bring it to his attention. So we have discussed that.
I need a list of your compliance then, because that's how I've been able to let him know that I'm there is by tapping the floor where the little boy.
No,
walking.
you'll have to just let us know. So we don't have that on a list or anything, it's just.
Is that an unwritten
any kind
rule?
of notice.
I mean, is it in writing that that's the rule?
The rule is that
Not
you can't
mine.
disturb the peace of your neighbor, so by
I'm not
doing that,
disturbing
you
the
would
peace.
be-
I'm letting him know, hey, that's too much. Stop.
But if he considers that by doing that you are, it would be.
Well, he's
fall
gonna
into
say that anyway, so he can just do what he wants to do.
So-
But I just inconsiderate.
We can bring it to his attention so that you don't have to do that.
Because I'm not gonna be considered a partner in crime and then both of us kicked out and me wind up in court with you. Because I don't have a problem going to court. It doesn't scare me. I've been to court with other leasing agents. So, I know the law.
Okay, is that something that you're considering?
No, but if you're gonna threaten me with compliance,
I'm not threatening you, I'm bringing it to your attention because I wanna make sure that your neighbor is not disturbed by you hitting the ceiling either.
well, how do you think
It
I
doesn't-
feel?
It doesn't fix the situation, you would just have to bring it to our attention and we can let them know.
But he stops when I tap the ceiling and says, please shut up.
By you bringing it to my attention, you're saying that you would like the office to be involved and for us to bring it to his attention, so it wouldn't be necessary for you to hit the ceiling.
No.
All right. So, was there anything else on here that you would like me to take a look at? I know we talked about the AC.
The AC cooler, no more tennis boards. I'll have the option to move out without a 60-day notice, right?
You would have to, we would have to approve that. And it's actually a 30-day notice, and with a 30-day notice, you would have to pay a termination fee. But if moving is something
Well,
that
my
you're
car was
considering,
keyed
I'll
on May
bring it to
20th,
attention.
2015, so I was told that I don't have to pay the termination fee.
That probably would have been correct back in 2015, but you just renewed your lease. So by renewing your lease, you are saying that you want to stay here, that you want to live here. Is there a reason why you didn't give a 30-day notice if you were considering living here?
Well, it's not that I don't want to live here. I really like it, but like I said, he's got a new girlfriend. He's a young guy, and I feel that I was just put there by default, and I'm just the invisible roommate. and it's very, very disturbing. I'm not able to enjoy my apartment. I don't want to move because physically, I mean, I don't mind moving, but I'm not going to live under threat, and I'm not going to be living in an uncomfortable situation. But if that's what you want me to do, I don't mind, you know.
No, it would be up to you for sure. Is that something that you are considering, or you?
Well, I'm going to go on my vacation. I'm going to go visit my grandparents who own a house and think about it. But you will know I won't just vacate in the middle of the night. I'm not like that. My neighbor did
Yeah.
that. And I don't have a history of that. I have an excellent credit, so I don't want that on my record. Or a forced eviction. I've been through just about everything. I do like apartment living, but I'm not being treated like a human being by my neighbor, who's just a young guy who's just having problems. And you're saying I'm not following compliance. I'm trying to get his attention so I don't have to walk and knock on his door and say, hey,
Let us
please.
know. Yeah, let us know. That's why we're here.
They don't
for.
always work, and the police take about 5-6 hours to come out unless someone's like threatening to blow a gun at my head or hit me or something. It's a big city.
Yeah, so we can bring it to his attention for sure.
Yeah. So I just want to live in a comfortable place with an air conditioning that works in the gym. It seems kind of funny that it went out when you all had all the air conditioner tracks at the beginning of the summer. The tennis courts, whatever.
Air conditioners can go out anytime. Actually, even our office air conditioner could go out anytime. So
Yeah.
I wish it didn't, but and especially when the temperatures hit the hottest, it seems like that's when the air conditioners go out. Even if you check them and you do the preventative, because the units outside are in the heat, that really, and after a couple of years, they do tend to go out.
I'm hot even now in this air conditioner. I'm hot. I hate this heat.
It's tough for sure. Yeah.
So what I want to know is my lease expires in March
Let me check for you.
2017, right?
It expires, March 10th.
So if I were to give a notice, would I give the notice February 10th saying I'm going to do